Where are my likes? Why are you guys not leaving your likes? There you go to all of you. Yeah, too late. I have to put the machines back inside. Of course I do. Hello, Jello, motherfucker. Of course I do, suck motherfucker. Of course I do. Your sister, man. Right, guys, that was our quick training of the day. It was not much. I need to run back home. I was not prepared to go and look after the little one, and my wife just. Yeah, sorry guys, I know it's quite annoying. I was just closing the door and then I noticed it says I have 3% of battery left on the phone. So I tried to run to plug the phone into the charger, but I did not have that time, so I couldn't make it in time. My apologies for it. I hope you are all doing well. I hope you are all doing okay. I hope life is okay at your end, and here life goes on. Just finished work. As I said, I'm just leaving quite in a hurry now when I was running around the yard because my wife called me a few minutes ago saying she got a shift for today when she was not supposed to go to work today, so I just had to speed up to get out, and I have about 17 minutes to get back home. But the traffic here is absolute awkward when you look on the traffic outside on the A64 on the North Yorkshire. So yeah, that was a quick training today, just after work. Just I can keep my body a little bit moving about. I'll try to do a bit of the more of stretching tonight, or a little bit of music when I can actually train, because I missed training today. I didn't have much of the chance. Some engineer came to do some work around the JCB, so I didn't have much of the time. What I wanted to do a bit of training earlier on, but it's still, there's plenty of videos in there. There's the live from the class yesterday, the capoeira class, so I'm gonna try to cut that live into parts and make like a little video so you guys can get the highlights of the videos. I know sometimes it's quite strange how they showing to you now. It's just because of my phone. My phone cracked the screen a few weeks ago and I took it for repairing, and when it got out of the repairing store, it simply didn't connect to the network. It was only working around 5G towers, and then I just sent it back to the guy to fix it again. The guy said he did fix it again, took it back. It was not working, so I went there for the third or fourth time. I don't even remember. But I just said, look, if you can't fix my phone, just put the old screen back, and I'll send it myself to Samsung to get it fixed. Because this phone I'm using now is just a spare phone which from my wife's previous contract. It's not a bad phone. It's not even an old phone. Maybe, I don't know, it's a 4 or 5 years old phone. But for those who live in the UK, you know, every couple of years we get like a new device. So this phone is for my son to watch his cartoons, to play his game. So I just had to pinch the phone from him. So I need to use this phone on the meantime, and I know the image is not great, and I know the audio in this phone is not great either. But if you guys can bear with me for a few more days, I will make sure I'll get the better quality of streams and lives and videos over here, okay? And of course, in the meantime, if you guys can, please leave your like and leave a comment on the video. Help me to get to 1,200 subscribers. It's not far, it's just a few more subscribers. I had a goal to get, that was between a friend of mine and myself. We were planning to get it by middle of September. So I'm quite happy, you know, really happy about it. So now I need to get into 4,000 watch hours, and God almighty, that's gonna take a lifetime before I can get there. You know, like I would say sometime a few months ago, a few weeks ago, the views on the channel was quite great, you know, like the interaction of people. But a lot of the guys who so I don't know for you guys, but for me it's very important, okay, being connected here with you. And then if you send a like in there, I'm not making any money out of it, but it means people show a little bit of appreciation for the work I try to put here with the capoeira, with the martial arts, or just showing you my days at work, what I do, how is my life, you know. So for me, it's quite nice interacting here. I made quite a lot of friendship, a lot of mates with this channel. You know, there is a couple in America, guys in Brazil, guys in Finland, Thailand, Philippines, Japan, Hong Kong, in a lot of other places, which I don't want. I don't want to make mistakes about places where people are sending messages. But guys, thank you very much, all of you. And as you know, every day I'm here, every day I'm trying to annoy all of you. And if I can entertain you and make you laugh, this is what I'm aiming, okay? And as I said, I'm not here to make money. If I can make something in here in future, that would be just a bonus. It's going to be something extra, but it's not how I make my living, okay? That's why I show you when I'm making videos about the company I work for, or sometimes when I'm doing massage and mobile, doing sports massage or deep tissue massage, when I go to see people in their houses, when I show my capoeira class on Wednesday, which is the main live of the week. So yeah, basically I count with you all to be watching it. And as I keep saying to some of my friends, because they ask why am I doing all of these videos over here, they ask, do you think you're gonna make your living out of it? And I say, no, that's not my intention, that's not what I want, because I could make my life, my living out of very easy jobs, and I have decided to become a conman by my own choice. It's not because it was the only thing left for me to do. I left a really good profession behind. For a lot of people, when I say I was a chef, people will believe I was frying bacon and sausage. No, I was an executive chef. I worked as an area chef. I was a head chef. I worked in all sorts of different types of cuisines and restaurants. Took my qualifications in Brazil a long time ago. I started cooking at home when I was 9 years old. When I was 12, I had my first job cooking in a little restaurant, we were washing dishes, washing pots, preparing hot dogs, you know. So since I was 12 years old, I was already working in the kitchen, and I had plenty of different jobs in between, but every time it was taking me back to the kitchen. So I took my qualifications in South America. So my specialty is Brazilian food. When people ask me what is my specialty, it is Brazilian food. But I have worked in so many different places: Argentinian steakhouses, traditional Italian restaurants, French restaurants, Spanish restaurants, continental restaurants, bars, pubs, chains of restaurants. I've tried a lot of different things out there in the kitchen. So when people ask me why am I doing this job, oh, this is such a hard work, bro, oh, this is not a job which should exist in these days anymore, guys, this is a job that I have chosen to do. It's not the job I had nothing else left to do. I chose to become a coalman. It was given the hour I wanted to work. So instead of working 18 hours a day, 15 hours a day, I only work, depends on the months, 3 hours a day, 4 hours a day. When it's very busy, I make 5 hours a day. I don't work 8 hours a day at all. If I can say, since I'm doing, if I have worked 8 hours a day, it may have happened, I can count on my hands how many times I've worked 8 hours a day in 11 years. Okay, 5 hours, 6 hours. Give me, of course, do not give me the money I was having back on the days when I was chefing, but give me enough, okay, to cover my bills, to pay for my things, and gives me the time to work in other projects what I have. For example, my capoeira school, my capoeira group. I'm an instructor chief of my group in the United Kingdom. Okay, whenever you're gonna hear the name Guardiões Brasileiros Capoeira Group or Brazilian Guardians, that's my group. I run that group, and I have other 6 people teaching under my supervision capoeira. Some of my students, they are black belts in other martial arts as well, before even they joined me back on the days. So we are a group of martial artists. Okay, one of my teachers of Eskrima, he lives in Newcastle, and he's a capoeira master, a Eskrima master. He was trained Muay Thai, karate, and okay, but I do not mix of martial arts in there. I do some kicks, I do a couple of punches, some handstands, but not even, I don't even when I'm in the class on Wednesday, 1-to-1, or I have like few people in the group. I only show Wednesday's class because at home they can train with us. They can practice, because that is more for beginners up to advanced, not pro level. So for those classes, I don't really post them on the social media. When I train with my old students, my elderly students, okay, I really don't show those kind of trainings, because we train a lot of weapons and then we go for it. So some of the techniques we train in there, I don't really want to show it to people from outside. I never know when I'm gonna have to use them. I never know when I'm gonna be in a situation when it will require me to use those techniques. So I rather keep it for myself. And of course, as I say, I'm in my 40s already. I don't need to keep all of these other dickheads join my life. They don't even leave me one bloody like in there. I'm here begging and begging, crying for them just to leave me one like, to subscribe to the channel, but they don't even give me that satisfaction. I have to be here begging and crying and saying and threatening and challenging people just for the sake of someone going there and press the thumb up. You see, people, they can be very mean to you. I just need one simple help. I'm here entertaining people every single day, doing a stupid live or do a funny live, or just trying to show not technique, just showing a little bit of my training, what I do, how people can train at home, and people is still not going to leave me one like. I'm a good day. Oh, that's good to hear. Good to hear, bro. So, what's the weather around you now? This morning, at least in the North Yorkshire, it was like a challenging one. You know, I woke up, I looked through the window, and I thought, well, I think it's likely cold, so I just left home the way I am right now. I didn't put any jackets because I'm not a big fan of wearing blouse, jackets, sort of stuff. But I just left home and I look at the window and I thought, yeah, it might be a little bit chilly this morning, but nothing what I should worry too much. God almighty, bro. I jumped in the car, it was 4 degrees. 4 bloody degrees in the car. And as I'm driving to work, I had to put the hot air, and by the time I got to work it was 2 degrees. I turned on my phone, it was 2 degrees. And then of course later on it started getting better, like now it's 11, but nothing comparing to those 2 degrees which right early in the morning. But I know it's gonna get worse because the time is changing. Okay, autumn is just giving signs the winter will be something. But what am I talking about? I shouldn't complain at all because I need cold weather to carry on with work. I work with coal, I work with fuel, I deliver fuel to heat houses. So I need the weather to be cold so I can trade, I can do business, I can make money, I can pay for my shite. Because if I have to wait for you guys to leave me a like in here in the channel to make some money, I'm gonna starve. Surely I'm not gonna let that happen. And you see the traffic is not even Friday yet and the traffic is building, and I have to be home in 4 minutes because my wife, she needs to go to work. And guess what, the bloody traffic is holding me here. Some of those days when you just anyway, it's part of it, it's part of the game. So yes, I was just saying to some people a few days ago, you know, the YouTube works in a very awkward way because people are not interacting in the channel like they were doing before. It really is slowed down a lot. So I believe June was the best month I had. Okay, people interacting, sending messages, subscribers, and then views, a lot of views. And then I go to Brazil. Well, I went to Brazil, sorry, and I stayed there 3 weeks. When I came back, the channel was dead. And I was posting a video, I was doing streaming, and it was not connecting to people at all. So August was not a great month. Well, July was just shite. Now it started getting better. September was wow. I was like, wow. One single video, which I was doing a massage treatment on September, it gave me just slightly below 35,000 views on that one. A lot of subscribers joined last month in September. But this week mainly is being very, very slowly. Last week was not great, but this week the views on the channel is being dead. God almighty, I think everybody just decide, I'm not gonna be watching this motherfucking nigger saying bullshit on the YouTube. I have something better to do. I'm gonna watch somebody, I'm gonna see something more entertaining than him. And people just decide to abandon me. Bunch of pansies, you have abandoned me. And I'm here now once again, you know, humiliating myself and begging for another like, begging for people to come and join the channel and then just leave the like. Well, finally the traffic started moving a little bit faster now, but I should have been home in 1 minute. Well, I'll give it 2 minutes to get home. It's gonna take about 25 minutes, half an hour for my wife to get to work, so no panic yet. Hopefully I can make it in the next 3 minutes, I hope. Well, she will call me very, very soon. I'll give a couple of minutes. I need to leave off my day. So I had to go to see a lady for a massage treatment this evening. In 1.5 hours, I should be there at 5 p.m. I had to call and postpone that for Sunday. So, but anyway, it's quite good. I have another massage tomorrow at 8 p.m. Not before taking my son for the Halloween walk, and just get a bit of sweets around the neighborhood, put So it's gonna be the first time I'm gonna actually go out on the Halloween night. You know, never been. You know, I'm gonna take my son to it. So I just said to my wife, right, so what I'm gonna do, it could be there by 8. Walk, and time to go for the massage. And of course on the way back, going to grab a couple of beers. Oh boy, you see. Move, move. Oh, it's a 30 mile in about 500 yards. The guys, they just leave the motorway and they start doing like 20 miles an hour when they can do 60 and like I'm not in rush. A few seconds late. I'm not even 1 minute late yet. Well, it was over 1 minute late. Come on, man, move, 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 move. Yeah, now I hope the speed camera is not there because now it's gonna slow down even more. Yes, now we can do 10 miles an hour. Yeah, that's great. You know, this past 2 weeks, it has been a challenge. Proper challenge. Ah, come on, man! Put your foot down! 2 minutes past. Yeah, should be okay. Only 2 minutes shouldn't be a problem. She didn't even call me yet, so even better. Right. Oh yeah, just. Oh yeah, good on time. So yes, back home. My peaceful neighborhood. Home, sweet home. Just gonna be a moment's walk inside the house and the lady gets out. It's been a while since she last worked evenings, you know, it's been quite a while actually, which I kind of like it. She can work only daytime, spend some time with the little one, take him to school, pick him back. But I miss spending nights with him, you know. I really miss like taking him to bed, shower, reading books, you know, bedtime stories. So at least today I can get that. At least today. So that's good. Right. Speak later.